Tonight on News 5 Live, it's back to school for some as the phased school's reopening begins. And House members weigh in on the word that made the opposition walk out. These stories and more coming up in tonight's newscast.
It's a fact that you can access unlimited services with Smart. Tired of being measured or cut off when you need to be connected? It's a fact that when you sign up for Smart's Plus plan, you get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data. And it's a fact that you can sign up with your group of up to 5 members for Smart's Share plans and up to 40 members for Smart's Enterprise plans for unlimited talk, text and data. Smart has the true unlimited plans. That's a fact. Be smart and live smart.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, a safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace. It reduces the risk of infecting workers and visitors. An unhealthy workplace makes problems that are common to a pandemic even worse, such as increased workloads, longer working hours, isolation, domestic violence, stress, anxiety, and depression. On the other hand, a healthy workplace protects people, allows businesses to continue operations, and keeps communities healthy. You can do your part by following these steps. Wear a mask that covers your mouth and nose. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Look out for and follow all safety instruction signs. Stay at home and away from others if you feel ill. Speak up if you do not feel safe.
It takes all of us to slow the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
For more information, visit www.covid19.bz. A message from the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize in collaboration with the International Labor Organization.
As a new mom, there are moments of pride, joy, and doubt. Yes, doubt. Has he slept enough? Does she have everything that she needs? Will she be okay in the sun? These doubts come from love. For the good of baby, 2 servings of Nestum are full of all the goodness and naturalness of the cereals that your baby needs to blossom. That's one less thing to worry about. Nestum, it's all good, Mom.
Learn more online with Nestle Baby and Me.
Prevenir el contagio de la COVID-19 requiere que los negocios de todos los tamaños y sectores den máxima prioridad a la seguridad y salud en el trabajo. Los gerentes y empleados deben realizar evaluaciones de riesgos para identificar áreas y procedimientos que ponen en peligro las vidas y los negocios. 6 pasos para crear un lugar de trabajo seguro y saludable. 1. Identificar posibles fuentes de transmisión de virus. 2. Determinar quién podría estar infectado y cómo podría infectarse. 3. Discutir y decidir las medidas de prevención y control. 4. Implementar, comunicar y testear medidas. 5. Asegurar que el equipamiento de protección es adecuado para cada situación. 6. Mantener registros, revisar medidas y actualizarlas cuando sea necesario.
We must all do our part to slow the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
Para obtener más información, visite www.covid19.bz. Un mensaje de la Cámara de Comercio e Industria de Belice y el Congreso Nacional de Sindicatos de Belice, en colaboración con la Organización Internacional del Trabajo.
Welcome to News 5 Live from Monday, April 12th. I am Marlene Cuellar. Today was back to school day for a handful of students who have not seen the inside of a classroom since schools were closed in March 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. As we reported a few weeks ago, the Ministry of Education, following a green light from Cabinet, is proceeding with a gradual return to face-to-face instructions. Since the announcement was made on March 24th, 211 primary and secondary schools have signed up to be part of the phased-in return. It's a process, nonetheless, that requires each school to be visited by the respective district education center to make sure that they are ready and prepared for the safe return of students and teachers. 61 schools had initially applied to reopen today, but only 55 had been visited by the DEC. The remaining 6 schools will resume face-to-face learning on May 10th. Realizing that schools will employ individual approaches, the ministry says that schedules will differ and students will have less hours inside the classroom. Perhaps equally as important are the existing economic constraints. With that in mind, the Ministry of Education has asked all managements and administrations not to burden students with unnecessary demands. The return to face-to-face instructions in April or May is optional for schools, and teachers are encouraged to be vaccinated as soon as possible ahead of the start of the new academic year. While the budget presentation was the purpose of last Friday's meeting of the House of Representatives, it was what prompted the walkout by members of the opposition that stirred up a lot of attention going into the weekend. News 5's Paul Lopez took a closer look at the strong reactions to the use of a single word by a member of the House and the standing orders on House decorum that should prevent this type of heated exchange from distracting from House business and keeping the proceedings civil.
Madam Speaker, I am not yielding to him.
It's a point of order. You must yield.
Yielding.
You must yield.
I don't must. You sit down, boy.
At Friday's presentation of the budget at the National Assembly, era representative for Kaya South, Julius Espat, referred to the leader of the opposition, Patrick Farber, as a boy. Demanding an apology but not getting it from Espat, Farber and the other opposition members walked out. Outside the House, a member of the press asked the leader of the opposition if he felt Representative Espat had used the term in its racial connotation.
You all believe racist
Absolutely.
undertones as well?
If it were, in fact, coming from him, it can be nothing else.
His colleague, the member for Mesopotamia, Shine Barrow, said that in his view, Espat's use of the term boy was both belittling and racial. He says people immediately started to contact him following the exchange.
Do you think it is a tone of, it is a term, boy is a term of belittlement, or it is a tone of a racist put down? Because you were talking about racism in there.
Yes, I believe it is both, and I got several texts from people in my constituency outraged, and they felt immediately that it was racial coming from him.
In his own defense, era representative for Kaya South, Julius Espat, said that he did not use boy in a racial context, and the strong response is part of the opposition's agenda.
I think you're wrong. I didn't make any racist law. And I am not being disrespectful. I was just responding to accusations that were wrong. And I wasn't given an opportunity to. I might have expressed it in an emotional way, but I was trying to base it on facts, and they didn't want to. That's an agenda by the opposition.
For his part, Farber says Espat was attacking his level of seniority on the political scene.
Yes, I am one of the younger members of parliament, but I am senior to him any day in terms of the number of years and the number of times that people have elected me.
This is not the first time members have insulted each other. Yet, according to the House of Representatives Standing Order, it is out of order to refer to or use offensive or insulting language about members. Additionally, members shall not even be referred to by their names. Despite this rule over the years, Belizeans have repeatedly witnessed name-calling and improper references being thrown across the aisle from both sides. Some of the most indelible moments were from none other than the former Prime Minister, Dean Barrow.
When you talk about who old and tired and no one go, why you talk to your papa? That he you talk to? If I am 68, he must be 76. And he announced that he still will run again for George. That's the way old and tired I need for go.
I will tell the House and the gallery that I had to call you this morning to ask your apologies because I needed to be late. What happened was that I left Belize City. I was in such a rush that I had forgotten that I did not take my painkillers, and so I had to turn back around to get my painkillers. Wish that you had turned back around, sir, to get your simple pills. That's what you should have done.
As for the current Prime Minister, he bounced the question right back to members of the press about their own use of the word boy.
You use the word boy. You have used the word boy. And did you use it in a racist way?
I did not,
so thank you very much. So I answered you. Thank you very much.
Whether a member of the House is being referred to as a boy, simple, jail bud, or a sick puppy, the standing orders make it clear that these are not befitting of a statesman and go against the rules of decorum inside the House. While Speaker Valerie Woods did rise and admonish members to be mindful of their parlance and the names used going forward, on Friday she was met with the backs of the opposition members as they staged their walkout.
This member is really out of order, and if you refuse to discipline him, if he can call me a boy, what if I would call you gal? What if I call you gal and you just want to strike off for the record? That would be the most disrespectful thing. I demand an apology from him, Madam Speaker, and if we don't get that, then we are gone.
This evening, Speaker of the House Valerie Woods shared the following statement with News 5. There is much work ahead to elevate the parliamentary debates, decorum and respect. As the Speaker of the House, I am determined more than ever to ensure we get to a much higher standard and recognize it requires the collective support and commitment of all parliamentarians, including myself as the presiding officer of the House, to do better and be better. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
In addition to his interviews on Friday, Minister Spat immediately took to social media following the House meeting, writing, quote, "During the discourse, I used the word boy, and it was used on the basis of immaturity and never from an alleged racial connotation," unquote. Coming up, was it a mass die-off or just a few? Find out how many chickens died over the weekend in Spanish Lookout and if it will affect the poultry supply or not when we return.
Nation, rain or shine, any weather. When we go bold, we go Berger. Quality paint, no faded colors. When we go bold, we go Berger. Let your imagination run free. Any color for this place, when we say bold, that mean it don't peel. Quality in every color, lifetime guarantee. When we go bold, we go Berger. When we go bold, we go Berger. Rain or shine, any color you need. When we go bold, we go Berger.
Are you tired of poor customer service or products that don't live up to your expectations? Fletz Electronics, centrally located in Spanish Lookout and Belmopan, is Belize's #1 source for mobile electronics since 2009. We carry the largest selection of mobile phones, parts, and accessories with prices you won't find anywhere else. We stand behind the products that we sell and offer a 60-day guarantee on all electronics. We are dedicated to offering the best customer service possible. Not from the area? No problem. We offer fast delivery service countrywide on most orders. Our online staff is ready to chat on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. Fletz Electronics. Visit or chat online with us today and find out how we can best serve you.
COVID-19 has forever changed our way of living and the way we do business. Now, our main priority is to stay connected with our families, friends, work, school, and business associates. Digi wants to advise all customers that we're resuming the suspension of services for non-payment for the current month's bill starting April 2021. Customers are advised to pay their February 2021 bill to avoid any interruption of services. If you're experiencing difficulties in making payments, we encourage you to visit any of our 13 Digi stores countrywide to make a convenient payment arrangement. Payments can also be made at any Digi agent countrywide or online through Atlantic Bank, Belize Bank, Heritage Bank, or National Bank of Belize. Digi remains committed to working with all our customers to ensure that they continue to enjoy the highest quality communication services by providing convenient payment options for all. Together, we will make it through. Digi, our national telecom, here for you.
I strive to give my child the best nutrition, but I know it's not enough. It's also important to protect him. Klim Growing Up or Klim 1 Plus contains prebiotics, vitamins and minerals that help strengthen their immune system, helping them achieve 100% protection plus nutrition. That's why I give my child Klim 1 Plus. Klim, your love, their future. Klim 1 Plus is not a breast milk substitute from 1 year onward.
As police officers, we are expected to continue to carry out our duties, trying our best to uphold and also to enforce the health regulations. The police department has an important role in the overall fight against this pandemic. We have been affected greatly as frontline workers, but now we have a vaccine to help us move forward as a country. I believe in the COVID-19 vaccine. I will take the vaccine when it's my turn. I urge you to take it too. Hashtag Get Vaccinated Belize.
It is my time
to protect your life.
Don't wait to vaccinate.
I believe in the COVID-19 vaccine.
Do not hesitate, Belize. Vaccinate. Be COVID-19 safe.
The vaccine is the best way to protect lives.
Don't wait. Vaccinate.
If you care, love them,
protect them,
vaccinate them.
Want to leave a lasting impact when you travel? Then travel locally. Make memories to treasure for a lifetime while making a difference. Make protected areas your next travel destination. With over 25 protected areas under the APAMO umbrella, the possibilities for adventure and education are endless. You can bond with friends and family while trekking through the jungles to discover natural pools and breathtaking views. Or take that snorkeling trip to the magnificent world of coral gardens and marine life. Then camp under the stars to end off that perfect day in nature. By visiting protected areas, you are helping to preserve valuable plant and animal life. You're building local communities and you're keeping our natural and cultural heritage alive. You have that power. Travel locally and make an impact. We invite you to visit a protected area near you and discover the beauty of Belize's wild places. APAMO, the voice of Belize's protected areas.
This morning, images surfaced showing the carcasses of over 200 heads of chickens along the highway in the Spanish Lookout community. News 5 has since learned that the chickens died as a result of heat strokes caused by the over 100-degree weekend temperatures. According to Henry Weeb, a member of the health board in Spanish Lookout, chickens do sometimes die this way. But the farmer who did not dispose of them properly is being questioned and may be reprimanded.
The thing is, that is a shame, what happened there, right? It should never have happened, but I guess sometimes people do things without thinking twice, right? But that farmer had, his chicken had a heat stroke, and so I guess he was down with the loss that he was facing, and he was trying to bring the chickens to the Spanish Lookout disposal area, right? But the gate was locked, and so what he did, he just dumped them on the side of the road, which is unacceptable, and I don't know what caused him to do that. I mean, I cannot justify what he did, and it is a shame, right? But nevertheless, it happened, so we can't ignore that. But that is the thing that happened there, right? But the cause that I'm seeing, the concern out there is if the chicken were sick or whatever. And in a sense, when they die, they are sick. They get a heat stroke, so that is a sick chicken, right? We could not slaughter a chicken that has a heat stroke, right? So that is true, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's not a disease that is going around that have some kind of disease out here. It's not that is not the case. These numbers are shocking for the Belizean people because they're not used to these high numbers, right? But in reality, it is sad. It will affect the farmer mostly because he will not get his profit. His profit died, right? So he will be the one that will bear the cost, right?
Yeah, but you're saying it won't affect the
production or availability of chicken?
Not that much, because that's insignificant for the amount of chicken that, for example, Quality Poultry is producing. They slaughter about 30,000 birds a day, right? So this little drop of chicken is insignificant for them, right?
It seems a recent increase in the price of regular gasoline just in time for Easter travel across the country has settled back down again. Today, the Ministry of Finance announced that on Tuesday, April 13th, the pump price for regular gasoline will decrease by 39 cents from $11.05 to $10.66 per gallon. The prices for premium gasoline, kerosene, and diesel will remain unchanged at $11.64, $6.87, and $9.82 per gallon, respectively. Late this evening, Oceana Belize issued a release saying that government's dismissal of the cumulative impact of multiple cruise port proposals is short-sighted. The release comes on the heels of an environmental clearance granted to Portico Enterprise Limited for the construction and operation of Port of Magical Belize, a cruise ship port and day resort 6 kilometers south of the Sibun River. The approval letter was signed and stamped by Chief Environmental Officer Martin Alegria and sent to Portico proprietor David Gegg last Friday, April 9th. Oceana Belize says that government has not issued any official release despite significant public concern around this project. Vice President Janelle Chanona says that Belizeans must maintain awareness and demand meaningful engagement on development proposals to support informed decision-making. We asked the Prime Minister for comments on the Public Service Union's call for him to rein in his Minister of Health, Michelle Shabat. On April 1st, the Public Service Union issued a press release calling out the Minister of Health for what they term bullish behaviors that are making public officers uncomfortable and promoting the abuse of government assets and wasteful spending of government funds. The PSU accused Minister Shabat and his political lackeys of political interference in the administrative affairs of the public. Prime Minister Briceño responded saying that he intends to have a sit-down with the minister, but also noted that such criticisms are common.
I don't agree fully with what they're saying, I mean, because, when baby won't cry, you can't cry for anything. But what I can assure is that we will make sure that I will sit down and talk to the minister and see what are the issues. If there are any issues that merited to be answered, then we will deal with it.
Back in March, we told you about the sale of 4 aircrafts under the Briceño administration, which were finalized in February of 2021. The 2 Grumman Gulfstream G2 and 2 Hawker Siddeley HS-125s were sold for only $540,000 and listed as unserviceable. The Minister of Finance, according to the approval letter, signed off on the waiver of boarding and sale. In addition, approvals were given for the sale of 3 firearms, including a 9mm pistol, Ruger brand bolt-action rifle, and a 9mm Cherokee brand pistol. When the press caught up with Prime Minister John Briceño outside of the National Assembly building on Friday, he was asked about these sales. Here's his response.
This was brought to my attention to saying that this offer was made and that we should accept it. I don't sit down and ask, hey, did you do this, you did that? That has been brought to me and then I approved it. And could you finish, please? Let me finish, please. What we are trying to do right here now is that those planes have been out there and it's losing value every day. The BDF is telling me that one in particular, they have spent about $100,000 to take care of it in over a year. And so when they brought it up to my attention and said it's best to sell it, and I was under the impression that this was the best offer that we got. That is why then I approved it. Now, as to the issue of the guns, can we improve? Of course we could improve. Of course we could improve. I'm not infallible, I'm human.
There's more news after the break, including a shooting in Belize City that injured a young woman at a gathering. But first, here's a look at the latest COVID-19 figures.
As an RFNG agent, it gives me great pleasure to work with a tremendous company. Whenever we need any help, we can count on them to help us. When you sign up with RFNG, it is more than an insurance. It is family. A family that is reliable, that is dependable, that is safe. I am your neighbor, I am your friend, I am your RFNG agent.
Find your nearest RFNG agent on our website at rfginsuranceBelize.com, where it pays to get it right.
My name is Kenrick, and I live in Belize City, and I'm employed as an agent for a company that does reservations for hotels from all over the world. Since amputation, my life has changed minimally. Yes, I don't have my legs to get around, but I have always been an active person. So I do things a little bit more deliberate, a little bit more slower maybe, but I still get it done. Let's say they say we're going to some restaurant, wherever. I need to call and say, do you have access for a wheelchair? And they say, yes, of course. Then I would ask the second question, can I get into your restroom with a wheelchair? And then 99% of the time they'll say no. I would like to encourage everybody who has a disability to not give up. Never, 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 ever give up.
Live and let live. Respect for all Belizeans.
This budget will preserve employment for 15,000 public servants, 4,900 of whom contribute to domestic and border security, while another 3,500 serve our 100,000 students throughout the education system, and the other 6,600 are on duty across the multiple departments and agencies of the national government. This administration has resisted retrenchment and protected the wages of those earning up to $12,000 per year. Thus, no one earning $250 a week or less will face a salary cut, thereby ensuring that no government employee will fall below the $5 an hour minimum wage.
Preventing the spread of COVID-19 at work requires that businesses of all sizes and sectors put safety and health first. Managers and employees should conduct risk assessments to identify critical areas and procedures that put lives and businesses in danger. Here are 6 tips for creating a safe and healthy working environment. 1. Identify potential sources of virus transmission. 2. Determine who might be infected and how. 3. Discuss and decide prevention and control measures. 4. Make sure the safety equipment being used is right for the situation. 5. Implement, communicate, and test measures. 6. Keep records, review measures, and update when necessary.
We must all do our part to slow the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
For more information, visit www.covid19.bz. A message from the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize in collaboration with the International Labour Organization.
Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Corporal Johan Rudan lost his life on Sunday night after colliding into a fence in Belize City. The police officer was off duty and was riding a motorcycle when he rounded the corner at high speed. The impact caused massive injuries and Rudan died at the scene. According to investigators, a post-mortem examination as well as other tests will determine whether alcohol was a factor in the deadly crash.
Sunday, the 11th of April 2021, police responded to a report of a RTA on Regent Street. Upon the arrival, they saw the motionless body of a male person, and a motorcycle was also seen in the area with damages. The male person was later identified as Johannes Rodon, 49 years, Belizean, a corporal of police attached to the Belize Police Department. He was taken to the KHMH where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Investigation is being conducted into this matter.
Can you say if he was on duty or the bike license, or
he was not on duty. He was riding his motorcycle in that area at the time.
Is alcohol a factor in this?
We do not know at this time. A post-mortem examination will be conducted and tests will be done.
A Belize City woman was injured on Friday night during a spray of bullets fired at a residence on Boots Crescent. Reports are that as many as 15 shots were fired in the direction of a group socializing inside the yard. When the shooting subsided, Jasmine Sanchez had been wounded. While she would not confirm what led to the attack, investigators are looking at all angles, including gang activity.
On Friday, the 9th of April 2021, police responded to a shooting at Boots Crescent. Upon the arrival, they found Jasmine Sanchez, who received a gunshot injury. Information is that she was in a yard along with other persons when persons came to the area and fired shots towards the direction. She was taken to the KHMH where she received treatment and has since been released from the KHMH.
Did she provide any information to the police to say what led to the shooting?
No, they were hanging out in that yard when someone came there and fired the shots. That is all information we have.
While the spate of shootings in Belize City left several persons injured, fortunately, no one was killed. The most recent attack, however, took place around 9:30 on Sunday night on Logwood Street. Quick police response led to the detention of the alleged gunman who reportedly turned his weapon on the officer. In the process, Ian Jenkins, the suspect in the armed attack, was shot in the finger.
On Sunday, the 11th day of April 2021, around 9:30 p.m., police responded to a shooting incident on Logwood Street, Belize City. Upon the arrival, they found Ian Jenkins with gunshot injury to the finger, and Denver Bartley was found also in the area with gunshot injuries to the body. Investigation revealed that Denver Bartley was in the area when he was approached by a male person who fired shots at him. The police responded quickly, which led to the detention of Ian Jenkins, and a firearm was found with him. The police officer who responded reported that he came under threat from this person who had the firearm, and he fired a shot which caught the person on the finger. Bartley remains at the KHMH in a critical condition, and Jenkins was treated and released from the KHMH.
When we return, they lost everything in a fire, but now they have a new place to live thanks to an unlikely source. Find out who's helping out this Boyle-Boom family when we come back.
Buying a car should be a great experience, and St. John's Credit Union wants to make it even better. But we offer more than just great low rates. We make the application process easy and make sure our members get the best service possible. At St. John's Credit Union, we offer excellent products backed by exceptional service. So the next time you are buying a new or used vehicle, take advantage of St. John's Credit Union's Drive Forward Auto Loan product. We'll put the buying power in your hands. Come and drive forward with our auto loans with rates as low as 9% and low or no down payments. Drive forward with St. John's Credit Union. Some restrictions apply.
Durante la pandemia de la COVID-19, un lugar de trabajo seguro y saludable es un lugar de trabajo mejor. Esto reduce el riesgo de transmisión del virus entre trabajadoras, trabajadores y clientes. Los lugares de trabajo inseguros agravan los problemas durante la pandemia. Aumento de la carga de trabajo, jornadas laborales más largas, aislamiento, violencia doméstica, estrés, ansiedad y depresión. Trabajar de manera segura protege a las personas, permite seguir operando y mantiene a las comunidades saludables. Usted puede hacer la diferencia siguiendo los siguientes pasos: usando máscaras para cubrir boca y nariz, respetando el distanciamiento físico de 6 pies, lavándose las manos con jabón durante al menos 20 segundos, siguiendo instrucciones y señalización de seguridad y salud, quedándose en casa si está enfermo, diciéndolo si no se siente seguro.
It takes all of us to slow the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
Para obtener más información, visite www.covid19.bz. Un mensaje de la Cámara de Comercio e Industria de Belice y el Congreso Nacional de Sindicatos de Belice en colaboración con la Organización Internacional del Trabajo.
Currently, we're using Smart Elite Vibe Calling Plan. We use it interbranch, we use it to call outside, and we also use it to call international. It's far cheaper than what we used to have before. Our equipment are new, PBX box is new. So the PBX is very good because I can call to my Sartaneja branch, I can call to my Kikaka branch, I can call to San Pedro branch, and there's no cost using the PBS. Actually right now, since we're in different locations, I can call main office from where I am at a no cost using the PBX system. I would recommend it, sure I would, especially the big enterprises who has a lot of employees. There's a lot of reduction in costs, 50% of saving. Put that on a year, it's a lot of money that we're saving. Money that we could return to our members, since we give back dividend to our members.
Visit our showroom or call 670-6710 to find out how Smart's corporate plan and PBX systems can benefit your business. Consultation is free.
Staff from the Belize Water Services Limited traveled to Boroboom Village in Belize District this morning, but not to fix the water supply. Instead, they were handing over a house to one of the company's employees who recently lost everything to a fire. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
It was an overwhelming day for the Burgos family when the ribbon was cut and they were handed the keys to a new home. BWS plant operator Julio Burgos, his common-law wife, daughter, and his parents will be living in the house after finishing, plumbing, and partitions are installed.
This is really very, very, very good. I mean, the emotion is high because then you never would expect that a company like such would give this kind of support, because throughout my years of working with various companies, and the appreciation is not very seen to that extent. So with BWS giving this support is something amazing that I really, really appreciate.
Today's happy moment comes 3 weeks after disaster struck Julio and his family. Back on March 23rd, a fire broke at the residence and the concrete structure they once called home was gutted. They escaped with their lives and the clothes on their backs, but everything was destroyed and nothing could have been saved.
When I say some missed call from my old lady, and I said, why should they call me? So as I made a walk, tried to call her, but never answered. So I said, nothing important. When she called back like a couple seconds after and said, Julio, you lose everything. Boy, that made the saddest moment then, because then, I mean, when you hear something like that, that's something where could easily be handled by one, no? So, right there, I talked to my old lady and she said, cool down. Everything there under control. No life get lost, and just material stuff. I mean, something where you could still, at some point, pick up back.
Belize Water Services Limited Board of Directors, including Chairman Cornelio Acosta Jr., decided to give Burgos and his family the house. And with assistance from the staff, the handing over was made a reality.
The BWS community, via the PR unit, Mr. Brown,
mobilized fundraising and assistance events, such as the clothing and household items drive. Also, we did the Casual Fridays, all in paving the path to recovery for this family. The board of directors also approved, as Mr. Haynes had said, the purchase of this Mennonite house. We believe this is a great place to start in helping this family recover and rebuild their lives. The decision to provide a house for Julio's family is in line with BWS's strategic objective, which is to improve team building and collaboration, and demonstrates the company's commitment to its employees.
A grateful Burgos is ready to work on acquiring household items.
The main part of having a structure is already there, so now that just to get up the small pieces that will last and try have a comfortable house. But now we're back in business again.
BWS promotes and encourages employees to work effectively and efficiently as a team. So we had various staff members who came over and assisted and continue to assist in demolition, clearance, and installation of the essentials for the new home. Additional funds that will be collected will go towards installation of fixtures and fittings for this house.
The house is valued at $15,000. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
While we were with the chairman of the board of directors of Belize Water Services Limited, News 5 asked about the impact that COVID-19 has had on the utility company. Thousands of households lost their income when the pandemic hit Belize, and many have been struggling to make ends meet. Cornelio Acosta Jr. says that in 1 year, the arrears to the company ballooned to over $3 million. An amnesty program has been introduced to help with the collection of some of this money.
We've seen where we've had arrears annually amounting to about $200,000-300,000, now amounting to almost $3 million. We have a new program, an amnesty program, ongoing right now. Thankfully, we've seen a good uptake. We've seen about 15% in about 3 weeks, which is good. But nevertheless, it has impacted our revenues. Also, we've seen a decrease in terms of financing from IFIs. So we're looking at new opportunities where revenue could come into the company and where we could explore for future financing. What we're looking at is a payment plan, essentially a payment plan for the arrears that have been generated within the past year. Along with that, you're also getting a 10% discount or a 10% off the arrears amount. We've also included for people that pay their bills on time, there's a 5% relief for them also. So whenever you pay your bill, you get a 5% discount on it, on that. No? So that is one way we've tried to reach out. Of course, we've avoided disconnecting customers.
On the list of plans for the new board is to increase sewage expansion and potable water for the entire country. As it currently stands, Armenia has had a perennial issue with water shortage whenever there is a drought. Water would then have to be shuttled from Belmopan to Armenia, a costly venture for the government. So while BWS is working on a proposal for that project, there is also the issue of sewage not only in Belize City, but elsewhere. Chairman Cornelio Acosta shares the details.
For now, we are focusing on key tourism areas, Placencia, San Pedro, and Kikakar. Of course, to expand on the sewage system there requires a lot of financing. You're looking at about maybe $100 million. We are currently looking at financing for it, exploring other IFIs and other means.
In Belize City, though?
No, not Belize City.
What about Belize City? Because we know that that has also been a problem here in Belize City.
Yes, we're currently analyzing the current sewage system here, and hopefully by the end of the year we could start working on it.
Acosta Jr. says there is also a request to increase water supply in San Pedro and Kikakar. Just ahead, in another sure sign that Belize is beginning a return to normal, the walkathons are back, making strides for autism when we return. But first, here is the weather forecast with data from the Belize Met Office.
A workplace that is healthy and safe protects you and those depending on you at home. Prevent the spread of COVID-19 at work by following these steps. Always practice safe and healthy habits, like keeping your work environment clean and disinfected. Adapt working conditions and methods to reduce the risk of infection. Use personal protective equipment properly at all times. Speak up if you do not feel safe, because your safety and health is the priority. Frontline workers are exposed to a higher risk and need particular attention. Cooperate with and support them.
It takes all of us to stop the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
For more information, visit www.covid19.bz. A message from the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize in collaboration with the International Labor Organization.
I was 17 and in love, and I thought he loved me too. But now I know that a loving partner should not take away your choice of clothes you wear or the music you listen to. He should not take away your purse, car keys, or your phone so that when your family calls, you cannot answer. If your partner is controlling you, it is domestic violence. Call 0800-A-WAY-OUT or our cell phone number 672-9628. This message is brought to you by the National Women's Commission in collaboration with Miss Universe Belize with funding from the Engender and Spotlight Project.
Es un hecho que puedes obtener servicios ilimitados con Smart. ¿Cansado de que se corte la línea cuando más necesitas estar conectado? Es un hecho que cuando te suscribes al plan de Smart Plus, obtienes llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Y también es un hecho que te puedes suscribir con un grupo de 5 miembros al plan Smart Share y hasta 40 miembros al plan Smart Enterprise para llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Smart tiene los verdaderos planes ilimitados. Es un hecho. Sé Smart y vive de forma Smart.
2020 taught us the importance of being connected to the virtual world, and NextGen is here to keep its commitment to you. Even if you're physically apart, NextGen keeps you digitally connected.
Okay everyone, thank you for following me today.
NextGen provides more than just an internet plan. They provide service plans that support all your online needs. Sign up today and get your NextGen's ultra high-speed internet service. NextGen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
Un lugar de trabajo seguro y saludable protege a usted y a los suyos en su hogar. Todos debemos implicarnos y cumplir con las medidas para prevenir el contagio del virus. En el lugar de trabajo, practique siempre hábitos seguros y saludables y mantenga los lugares de trabajo limpios y desinfectados. Adapte las condiciones y métodos de trabajo para reducir el riesgo de contagio. Utilice correctamente y en todo momento el equipo de protección personal. Si no se siente seguro, dígalo. Su seguridad y salud es la prioridad. Los trabajadores de primera línea están expuestos a un mayor riesgo y necesitan una atención especial. Coopere y apóyelos.
It takes all of us to stop the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
Para obtener más información, visite www.covid19.bz. Un mensaje de la Cámara de Comercio e Industria de Belice y el Congreso Nacional de Sindicatos de Belice en colaboración con la Organización Internacional del Trabajo.
A month of activities to bring awareness about a neurological condition commenced over the weekend with a 5K walk from the BTL Park along Marine Parade to the Belize sign and back. Autism Belize was formed by a group of parents whose goal is to break the stigma and garner much-needed support, not only for their children, but those who fall on the spectrum and have special needs. News 5's reporter Dwayne Moody and cameraman Kenroy Michael filed this report.
The month of April is recognized globally as Autism Month, and as early as 5:30 on Saturday morning, 230 plus persons from different walks of life came out to help in bringing awareness on this neurological condition known as autism.
Autism is not a disability you can see, it affects the neurological, so it's social skills, it's verbal skills and things like that. So you will see a child in public acting out and you think that child's spoiled, but that child is probably having a massive meltdown.
Giselle Stephen is among one of several women who make up the organization. She is the mother of a 7-year-old autistic son, Eric. They, along with many other autistic persons, participated in the walk. Unfortunately, after a while, the crowd became overwhelming and overstimulating for Eric. But for most, the walk was a success.
A co-worker of mine, has a child with autism as a part of the organization, and so this year, well, I work at BTB, and this year we decided to lend her support, so decided to bring my daughter out for the walk to show our support to her.
We wanted to support this organization. It's a new organization, and I believe we need all the support that we can. We have a lot of cases of autism in Belize, and I don't think we have the resources or the personnel to actually deal with it in the way it should.
Including autism in the discussion at all levels is among the goals of the organization, be that in the classrooms, in homes, and even at the policy level. SJC teacher Melissa Espat joined the walk.
I think it's a great cause. I know several parents who have children with autism. It hits home for me, and it's still a neurological condition, I think, yes, that we still don't know much about, and so the more advocacy we have with autism, the more aware we will be about how we as a community can work with parents with children with autism and how to accept that my shirt says autism, different, not less, and I think we have to appreciate everyone's differences. I work in an institution where we focus on the rights of all, the vulnerable, the marginalized, and definitely children and adults with autism. They are considered vulnerable, they are considered marginalized, and we as a community, we have to fight for them. So all of us here, I guess, we have the same belief that we have to advocate together. It's not one person's job.
There's a long list of professionals with whom you can connect to better understand and be able to work with autistic persons. While the organization is relatively young, Projects Director Giselle Stevens says that strengthening partnerships with stakeholders is key.
We have now, after 1 year, have officially become an NGO. So we realize that we need to be in a position where we can advocate for policy change, where we can advocate for funding and support. So that's the step we're headed in. And even though we're young and small, we are a passionate group of parents who understand that we have to start to make the changes. It's just about that education and awareness, and that's what we want to do. Our website, autismbelize.org, has all the information on how we want to educate, how we want to promote, how we want to advocate, as well as to develop that support from the community as well. NARCI, BAPTA, Inspiration Center are organizations that we work closely together with. We can't do this alone. This has to be a community effort, and that's why we're here making the best of this event to amplify.
Sensitization trainings, yoga and dance classes are part of the calendar of events by Autism Belize for the month of April.
April 2nd is where the world lights up blue, so we thought of the Light It Up Blue campaign and how we can make it relevant to Belize. And that's why you can see our t-shirts have the Light It Up Blue as well. So we've incorporated a couple of things like encouraging people to light up their homes, light up their houses, light up their buildings blue. Wear blue as often as you can, so organizations, we've asked them to wear blue every Friday.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at News 5 Live. I'm Marlene Cuellar. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.